Going on, guys? Adam here, also known as Temsamoney. Today I want to be talking about supply and demand, and I'm not talking about the stock market supply and demand, even though that is a very, very, very powerful tool because it tells you what's going on with big money. I think it's a very important thing with life. You have to find where you're putting your demand at, so that'll be your energy. So imagine your demand being energy, imagine your supply being time. You want to have a lot more fun with your time regarding your passion, regarding what you're doing, because you have to really look at a longer term perspective. Because I always ask myself previously, where am I going to be at the next 5 years if I keep doing what I'm doing? So, for example, if I were to keep smoking weed, if I were to keep, smoking cigarettes, keep doing all this stuff, I'd probably be dead, I think, to be honest with you. But that just makes me want to quit. And today was the first day I actually stopped smoking Zaza. My first time I stopped smoking tree. The reason why I like smoking tree so much was because, I really enjoyed, just listening to music Faded. It was just such a nice, vibe to me. It was very, it's like I listened to it deeper. And I'm the type of guy where I already listen to stuff on a deep perspective. But when I smoke weed, it's like it enhanced my deepness. And it was just me and whatever was in front of me. But that's also, a very twisted thing depending on your personality. Because if you're the kind of guy that overthinks about every little detail, you're very OCD, you always, are thinking about what's going to happen next, weed will fuck you up with that. Because you will always be, freaking out, thinking about stuff that doesn't even matter to you. Stuff that has no value, stuff that literally you just think it just because negative demons come up in your brain. And I understand that there's certain people that are atheists and certain people that, they don't believe in God. To me, that's, an empty way of looking at stuff, very empty. You have to realize and you have to look at a perspective where if we really came from nothing, then how is nothing created as something? And that's what you have to really ask yourself. Where does nothing come from? And there's certain answers that science cannot get. And I've been realizing that more and more as I read the Quran, as I read certain scriptures, as I read certain types of literature. There are definitely other worlds that we do not know of. And the demand for me to learn that is really what is crazy. And that's what I mean. You want to find a demand of stuff that interests you, stuff that makes you want to go the extra mile, not stuff that people tell you to do and tell you to listen to, when in reality, it doesn't even fit your criteria. And that's what I always preach with my trading. Because for the first year and a half, I would always listen to analysts, people that would tell me to buy stuff, sell stuff. And it always pissed me off because when they were losing positions, they would never really show a stop loss or anything. They would just kind of, just leave it or act like nothing happened. And that's the kind of shit that pissed me off because, you know what I'm saying? The demand for your losses, you're not really showing, okay, I'm really transparent about it. I'm really, you know what I mean? That's what really pissed me off. And it made me lose a lot of money in the process just because I was following the wrong people and I was just basically going down a wrong hole, and it made me very depressed. And I was around people that I thought had my back. In reality, all they did was just kind of, use me for what I had and kind of just, didn't treat me the same way I treated them. They didn't reciprocate how I really felt towards them. And that's what I mean. The supply exceeded demand because I spent more time than I had fun at the end of the day, the more I realize it. And all it takes is for one person to say a bad rumor about you, to say something that's really daunting to your thing, and you'll really see who really has your back and really who believes you and really who trusts you and who really is your friend. That's when you'll really see the real truth. Because when it comes down to it, if somebody's just gonna listen to you based off of or somebody off of just one little news and not really look at the whole picture, then they were never your friend from the beginning. They were just somebody in the way from what you really had to get. And it's a very painful thing to realize because all these people you spent time with all these years, all this stuff just for all came down to nothing. It is painful, but I always preach it's okay to be down, but it's not okay to stay down. So it's okay to be upset, it's okay to be what the fuck, bro, damn, bro, I just wasted all this time. But it's not okay to be dwelling, and it's not okay to be stuck becoming an alcoholic, developing bad habits. It's not an excuse. And that's what I've been realizing. You do not want to develop a demand towards stuff that, never even gave you a value. And that's what I preach. Supply and demand, it's a life tool. before you get into anything, ask yourself, all right, is this demand going to fit towards my criteria? Do I need the money to go to this? Do I need to do this? So if you think about calling out your job and all that, ask yourself, do I need this? Do I need to do this job right now? Do I need a demand for this? Do I have enough money in my emergency fund? Do I have enough money put away to where I don't have to work one day? And if you have more supply, more time on that, you're all good, dude. You're literally set. And that's what I mean. You don't want to do things that don't fit your criteria. So that's what I always preach. And like I said before, if people are going to listen to just off of one thing and not listen to the full thing, it's no better than listening to CNN News for financial advice or CNBC. It's a ton of people that are paid to, act like they know what they're doing, act like they are really good. But in reality, all they want to do is take your money, your supply, and your time. Because time is something you cannot get back. No matter how much you want to get it back, no matter how much money, no matter if you're literally one of the richest like Rothschilds, no matter how much money you have, you will never get time back. That's one thing that everybody has in common. That's the one thing everybody is equal with. Everyone else is different in their own ways. I don't believe in the whole equality stuff that the Western world preaches out. I don't think it's accurate. I don't think it's true. I think it's just a coping mechanism just to really think, oh yeah, man, you're 5'2", you're 6'1". Nah, man, we're equal, man. Nah, fuck that. I got 9-10 inches on you. We're not equal. We're not the same. And plus, why would we be the same too if I chose to go through hell and back, and you chose to stay stuck in hell and not really get better or do anything? That I don't believe in that. I think it's all bullshit, and in my opinion, in this world, you have to develop a bullshit filter. Because if you don't develop a bullshit filter, you're gonna get stuck with people that don't give a fuck about you, that are gonna talk shit about you behind your back, will use you for your money and your time, and you will never have another dime. And learning this now really has brought me towards the future of what needs to get done, how to get rich, how to get successful, and how to get to the next step of my life. And like Robert Kiyosaki said, in order to acquire what you love, you have to do things that you hate. What that means is if you hate studying and hate doing all that, you have to study to get better. You have to study to do all this stuff. You have to do the demand of studying so you can exceed the supply of never having to work again. That's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. And if you can follow that step by step, inshallah, you will be successful. Inshallah, you will never have to work again. Inshallah, you will go back to wherever you want in life and not have to deal with anybody that is going to hurt you and your mentality and your spiritual mental health. This is Temsamoney here. Little video on supply and demand. I think this is very interesting. If you like it, just join me. If not, watch somebody else. I'm not asking you to subscribe. This is a platform where I'm just trying to speak my mind and things that I really do think are important. This is going to be my outlet for stuff. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Have a nice day. Temsamoney here. Peace the fuck out.